Okay. So now, kind of like the last level, where you just start with Ronk, but you can see we've at least got Garam around, we've got Dremalt as well. Now we've got some crystals to deal with as well. A friendly little ghost. There are no Ronk anywhere near this. So I guess we'll just have to wait for this flip draw. Beautiful. Okay. Let's just use a regular basic drill for now. Maybe not if there's something else down here. There is. Flip drill is already backwards. This is the way with flip switches. Almost never the direction you expect them to be. Kind of the Murphy's Law of this game is if you set up a merger, that line will never get interfered with by ghosts ever. But if you as soon as you set up a flip switch, it will immediately get gummed up and make your life miserable. But that's why we invited the lightning merge to the party, which does both. It's just really expensive. And we are low on cash. This kicks in, thank goodness. In fact, let's spend a little bit more time investing. That's gonna get more difficult from here. Let's run you all the way back through you, and through you. And hopefully we can clear these ghosts on the way, because they are bothersome. And beautiful. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Where's that last fellow? Oh, it's you. That's why I should be using the guide. Make sure I don't miss. As soon as I do, immediately get hit. The classic. Oh, that'd be why. It's going the wrong direction. Okay. Slow and steady, hey? At least that'll double my income now. Excellent, so now you can see we've dealt with everything other than the ghosts that have respawned. But now we need to mine that Gentum. Once again, hopefully using this line won't be too difficult. Maybe this way, actually. I think that's probably the plan. And a good example of how a little bit of preparation will go a very long way. So even by just kind of looking at where I want that to end up. Oh, and whilst we're here, see if we can get this into a quad as well. Hello, ghost. What are you doing? You were just stuck. Excellent. Right, left, right. Okay, so I think... Okay, you are going to need to be a 1, a 2-2. My brain does not want to figure out what I've done wrong here. Top, down, down, top. Top, down, down, top. Yeah, okay, it is just at the wrong time. Beautiful. Trixie. Trixie, Trixie, Trixie. Excellent. Beautiful. So now we have our nice, efficient friend that I'm sure is not going to get stuck on ghosts in 10 seconds. Whilst we're here. So if I've lined everything up, perfect. Gentum shouldn't actually be too far away. Oh, something's woken back up. Oh yeah, I was using you. Oh, gives me a little something to do whilst I wait for that first Gentum to pour in. Perfecto. Okay, that seems like a pretty good start. There aren't really any good places to condense over that way though, so I'm just kind of having a look to see. This side looks a bit nicer for that. Yeah. Let's wait till we've got 250. That's a little R&D, I think. Far enough away. Let's just run a greedy pile this way. And in fact, let's clear you out as well, because you're going to cause a headache if we don't. Perfect, 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 perfect. So that's gonna work its way through. We've even got a little bit more Gentum's coming in. This is gonna be our best Gentum line. So we've kind of done the exact same problem we just did once again. So let's just, now that we mostly don't need this, do for a little bit longer in hindsight. So we're still a little bit too brutish. Oh, plus, we now have some crystals to deal with, so let's put that on the agenda before we stress too much about what's going to be most efficient. Few out though. Okay, that's at least a good portion of the way there. Dastardly looks. Okay. Perfect, that should be... Okay, that's gonna be all the crystals. But not really making as much off this condenser as I was really hoping. I guess because we just spent a whole bunch. But... Okay, so let's clear you out, just to make a bit more space, although we do still have these ghosts to deal with. Pretty good looking pile. That should get us there momentarily. I think that's probably totally fine. Clear you out and you out. Excellent, so underside is going to come from like here-ish, overside has to come from there. Using 2 from this top one, but if we're greedy, let me swap you for that, you for that, then if my calculations are correct, that'll hit both you and you. That'll go to the bottom rung, that's going to the top rung, and that should be going to the middle rung. Excellent, so we should be getting sprayed by blue as soon as that comes through. Perfect. Now we want to start looking at, this seems like a pretty good space over here to start our blue collection, so maybe let's start it as far back as we possibly can. arches hopefully coming through. Perfect. Excellent. So if this is coming through here, this is coming through here. We'll do something like this. That will connect. It's quite the pile. Okay, oop, you're going backwards, which is a bad start. And it's gonna try our darndest to have it not go right through the center. I don't know why I put those down there, that was crazy. Excellent, so that blue line should be coming in now. Fantastic. So I'm patient. Just waiting for that to kick back over. It's hopefully gonna be soon. Ah, so tragic. Okay, at least that's gonna explode there. As you can see, the Gentum ghosts explode in a big X, so you actually want to stand directly on top of them if you want to play it dangerously, but stay safe. And now is where this one's going to become quite the headache, as the Brimalt crystals are very mean. That's coming from me. I actually find them more difficult than the Garium crystals, which is quite interesting, because objectively the Garium crystals are more difficult, but as you can see, there's something about the aesthetic that makes them a little bit more unpredictable. Clear those out now. Snaky fellows. Just refuses to go the right way. We have enough. Oh, we almost have enough. It's too tragic. At least similar to the Gentums, the Dremelt are quite good at knocking themselves out in a way that is incredibly helpful. First, I'm just going to clear that out because it is causing me endless strife. So let's start up here. Wow, tragic. As always, your own ore. 9 times out of 10 they say. 9 times out of 10 they say it's your own ore that's gonna get you. I don't know if that maths is correct, but I do want to do the Steam analytics at some point and figure out to what extent that is true. Because I'd be willing to bet that it's going to be more than at least most people expect. I guess what people's intuition would be based on the speed and the imprecision of the attacks. There's just a certain level of challenge. Is that... Oh, okay, it's not the only way through. So that's going to be a tough tunnel to dig through. Yeah, and then we can just kind of pass the last little bit. Distractions. Yeah, excellent, 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 excellent. Cool, that should In fact, let's do this a little bit slower than the ways we have previously. Run it all from a single... I was doing so well on those blues. What a travesty. Goodbye to our favorite. This nearest blue is so far away. Yeah, let's just wait and we can start mining, I think. He thinks that's gonna be the ticket. Slow and steady. Game is so far behind. Beautiful. B-E-A-U. Back to being awake. Unsurprisingly. Given I just chucked it in and hope for the best. Okay. Just gonna see if I can shortcut this by sending this through a bit. Now, some of the time it should go back through another loop, and some of the time it'll send it back down. I actually haven't named this contraption, but they're a pretty nice one for this exact reason. Like this one should eventually, I guess it won't. That one's gonna just keep growing. So in a way, we're still just gaining efficiency. Yeah, we're probably at the point where we can send it down, and that'll probably get us most of the way there. Wait for it to pour in. Oh, not as much as I would have hoped. It's still backwards. Suffering from success. The design, it's too good. Beautiful, and last but not least, we just gotta deal with 5 Garium snipers. So, Garium snipers also have kind of a nasty wave to them, but I think it's just a bit more consistent in a way that just like makes sense. Like you can kind of always see where it's going. That's the point. But despite that, still pretty devilish. Pretty devilish. Okay, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Green, you say? That's... Okay, so, oh, we are getting low on Garium. Which I guess is part of the downside of not making a more refined line. But yeah, you can kind of... You. That should deal with you. Perfect. And that's our cheat. And this is our last crystal, so in fact, it's gonna shortcut it up. No dice. Beautiful. And that's the first re-love with all 4 ores.